Anyway, we're going to do some winter sewing. Winter sewing time. So I used this last year. There's holes in the bottom, holes on the side. There's also holes in the lid, and it did really well for me as far as my leafy greens, my cold tolerant greens. So because it's mild out here today, it's like upper 40s. I'm comfortable. The sun is out. The greenhouse is reading 89 degrees. So I had to crack it earlier, and I probably need to crack it now, but one thing at a time. Anyway, I am on the clock. So I'm doing this during my lunch hour. Oh, and welcome back. I know I've been gone a long time. Like I told you guys before, I don't do a whole lot of filming. Late fall, early winter, especially if I have a lot of stuff going on. We went to Vegas for a week, mid-December, got back, had the flu for a week. Then the second week, I had a sinus infection. Then the third week, it was just like sinus issues. So this is really the third week. And I'm actually, like I would say, for the past 2 days, I'm finally feeling better. So I'm still kind of like the phlegm, a little bit phlegm and all that crap, nasty crap, still there, too much information. But anywho, garlic tablets, oregano tablets, TTTTT, all the things. Anyway, I'll show a picture of the big giant bag of soil later. But right now, we know I'm on a time. I'm pressured for time, so we're not gonna waste any time doing this. So I needed some soil. I had like seed starting soil, but I didn't have any potting mix. To do my winter sowing. So I was like, oh, I want, I'm an Instacart girl. Okay, Instacart, Grubhub, DoorDash, all the things. I'm one of them people. Oh, this is some nice looking soil. So I'm going to stop this for a minute, but then I'm going to come back because I need to go get my big shovel and scooper so I can scoop dirt into this. And again, I don't have all the things I need. I thought I did. But hold on for a second, guys, okay? Be right back. All right, I'm back. I got my scooper. Got some rainwater I collected so I can moisten the soil. Don't have to do it a lot because it's going to be exposed to the elements. That's the purpose of winter sowing. Winter sowing is a cool way and easy way, actually, to start your cool tolerant plants, from flowers to veggies. So anything you see blooming in spring, like dahlias and things like that. Well, not dahlias, daffodils and tulips that they tell you to plant in fall, so it can have that cold stratification period. So some things need a cold stratification period. And so you could do bulbs, you could do all these types of things that we know that we sow in March to come up in spring. Sow in fall to come up in spring. But like your flowers and veggies, your leafy greens, a lot of leafy greens, cabbages, carrots, beets, those types of things that do like cold weather or cool weather, you can winter sow those things. So I'm doing a lot of all leafy greens. I'm doing collards. I'm doing mustards. I'm doing like a mixed lettuce mix. I'm doing some Asian greens. And I think that's about it. So this is my first time using this Maker's Mark soil. Look like it got a lot of wood chips in it, but it's okay. It's okay. And if anything that I see in here that's too big, I'll just take it out. But anyway, back to winter sowing. So basically, this is just a way of not having to set up lights and all the things and growing stations in your home. You can use these wannabe type greenhouse mechanisms to insulate your plants to keep it protected from the harsh winter, but also give it just enough heat and coolness to activate your seeds. And then what you'll see is that with the holes and all the drainage, nothing is getting waterlogged. It's still getting air. It's still getting watered. And then you'll probably start seeing, probably in March or even April, just check your stuff out maybe every 2 weeks or so. Probably starting in March or whatever. Like, here's a big piece. Like, that's too big. just start checking it out and you'll start seeing those seeds sprout. So again, I had a really successful winter sowing last year with all my leafy greens, mustards and collards and bok choy and everything. Now, one thing that happened to me last year, the winter sowing part was great, but when I put everything in a raised bed, you know, and covered it with frost cloth and all of those things, once they had got a good size, I had my first experience with flea beetles. I had to look it up. Okay, I keep telling you guys, you learn as you grow. I had to look it up because it was all these little holes in all the leafy greens and all the greens. And I was like, what are these little holes? I couldn't see anything, like any type of insect, but they were just like almost demolished. And I had refused to start over because that was just too much of a winter sowing success to just toss it all away. So I got my diatomaceous earth out and I got to you know, sprinkling it, everything, you know, on everything. Nothing, you know, needed any type of flower pollination, so I didn't have to worry about any flowers being damaged by the diatomaceous earth. But since everything was leafy greens with no flowers, I was able to use it on everything. And it cleared up the flea beetles. And then my foliage and things from the seedlings start growing back really nice and healthy, and everything um got better, repurposed itself, and I still had my harvest of the things I started for winter. So I'm only going to probably put about maybe 3 inches worth of soil in this thing because this is pretty big, but I don't need a lot. This is just to get the seeds going, right? So we don't need a lot. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. This bag got my weight. Ooh, shit. I mean, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so yeah, this is my first time using this soil. I am seeing some large pieces of wood chips in here. But as long as they're not too big, because you want to make sure the seeds germinate. And it's already fertilizer in here. It's supposed to fertilize up to 6 months. You know, you could use seed starting mix, but just know that once your stuff starts sprouting and get up to about 2 or 3 inches, you're going to want to fertilize it. At least with this having fertilizer in it, I don't have to concern myself with that, right? Okay, so I'm just going through to make sure there's no giant chunks up in here. Yeah, they can do better. So what would I give this soil Maker's Mark potting mix? I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. I usually get Gardener Supply potting mix, and I ordered online, but I didn't want to deal with the I think it's almost $20 shipping fee, so I was like, I don't have to do that. So anyway, yeah, let's get this going because, like I said, I am on the clock. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer to see what I got going here as I get rid of some of these big old chunks of wood. And I know you guys are saying, okay, you throwing out a lot of stuff, but that's just, you know, me. I'm based on my judgment. Your judgment might be like, it is what it is. So that's me, my scrutiny that I want to move out some more stuff. Okay, I'm gonna moisten the soil just a little bit. But as you can see, this is what we got. So it looks like I got some perlite in here. It is light and fluffy, but again, you know, I am taking out these large pieces of wood. Okay, so that's that. Can you guys see me now? Let me go back a little bit more. Oh, there we are. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna get this started. So I got this going. Because of the holes on the side, it's coming out the side. We're gonna moisten this a little bit because I don't want to wash away my seeds once I put the water in here because I don't have my sprayer out here. I'm gonna pre-moisten it. Okay. What is this, January 9th? I'm out here gardening. I'm telling you, gardeners, we can't wait to get out here. Like, we're like, yay, spring, come on. Just count down the days. So what, we got like less than 100 days maybe before spring hits. So yeah, let's get this all blended together so I won't have to do too much. I think I'm gonna probably get the gardener supply soil for my green stock. I have another green stock. I got the black one when they were doing that clearance sale. I didn't get one of those mystery boxes for green stock. Did you? Oh man, I missed that. And I got the email. They told me ahead of time, and I was like, I don't need anything. And then when I started seeing people open up their boxes and seeing what they're getting, I mean, for $70, they were getting like a whole green stock unit with all the accessories, or they get all accessories like seed starting kits and water kits and spinners and covers and supports. And I was like, you know what? Next time they do that, I will not sleep. Okay. So what am I going to be sewing? I can't sew seeds with gloves on. I can't. It's like, I can't handle it well. So we have champion greens, collard greens, which I ordered these from somebody off of Etsy. We got Asian greens, Asian mustard greens. We got Russian kale. We got Green Express cabbage, and that's a large cabbage head. We have another collard, Georgian collard, and then we have a mixed lettuce, and then we have a mustard green, and then we have a baby cabbage. So we're gonna keep the cabbages, I mean not the cabbages, the collards together. So it's gonna be my rows of collards. Then we're gonna do the Asian, Russian. Let's see how many we can fit in here. Large cabbage. Let's do the mustard over here. Okay, I'm not going to have a room for everything. Yeah, so somebody is going to get left out. I want to do the cabbage, so this is going to be left out because I can sew this up in another container. So let's do the lettuce somewhere else in the Asian greens. Some with the lettuce. So we'll just do it like this. Yeah, that's how we'll do that. Okay. So now I've already pre-written out my labels. I don't know how long they're gonna stay. Where's the cabbage at? Okay, move you over. We're gonna put the cabbage, large cabbage here. We're gonna put the baby cabbage there. And I don't want a lot of large cabbage because they take up too much space. Literally too much space. Let's do the Russian. Where's the Russian? Oh, here it is. Russian kale, mustard greens, and then we got collard, champion, and Georgian. Okay, my labels are a little blurred, but that's okay. I'll be able to identify them once they grow, but at least I got something in here. Trying to be organized. So, okay, so let's start with the champion greens. Should have kept one of them oversized things. So yeah, let's make some grooves up in here. Let's get some grooves up in here. And see, the seeds are so tiny. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, the champion, I got 2 packs. So we got these. It's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's a good 13 up to 15 seeds in here. And because it's windy, I gotta be very, very careful. Okay, tape, you're in my way. Slowing it down. Yeah, go away. Slowing it down. There we go. All right, so I can never have enough collards and mustards because you can always freeze them and just have them like all winter long. And basically what I do too, even when I start these for spring, I also sow some late summer for fall so I could get a little harvest of hardy greens in the fall to carry me through the winter. So we're gonna, because these seeds are so tiny, we're only gonna kind of surface sow. Yeah, we're gonna surface sow. Yeah, and they can get pretty big, so we're only gonna do, there we go, a few seeds here and there. Got it. All right, we got our champion greens covered. And I'm gonna go over this stuff with some vermiculite. Now we're gonna do the Georgian collard greens. I've had these seeds for a while, so I'm probably going to overly sow these just to ensure that I get some type of germination. So yeah, so I'm going to kind of go overboard with these. Make a little indentation, just a little one. And like I said, because these seeds are kind of old, I want to oversow. And then, you know, whatever extras I have, my sister gardener friends will reap the benefits of me oversowing. Okay, those are the Georginian collards. Now we have Russian kale. Put you right here. Okay, I felt something kind of big. See, this is what I'm talking about. Really? Why is this that big? Seriously. Okay, let's get these Georginian. No, what are these? Russian kale. Uh-oh, wrong side. Let's get the Russian kale. And I got these seeds from Free Heirloom Seeds. You can still get them. I think they said they'll have their full list at the end of this month. So if you want to wait before you get, email them and get some free seeds, but make sure you follow the instructions, because if you do not follow the instructions, you will not get your seeds. And they're pretty clear about how they want you to submit your order. So as long as you follow the instructions, you'll be successful. But just don't willy-nilly and go through there. There is a standard way of ordering your seeds with them, and they are very strict, but I found it very clear and straight to the point, which I prefer. And these are now going to be mustard seeds. This is a new bag I've never opened before. I don't know if I got these this year, well, end of last year, or I don't know when I got these, but anyway. Just sow some mustard greens. And remember, this is winter sowing. I'm taking away the need to babysit them indoors under grow lights and fans and all the things. Okay? And I tend to usually oversow, because I just want to ensure that I have as many as I want. And again, like I said, I share with my sister friends when I have too many. Okay. So make sure I take this down really good when I go back in. All right, up next are the cabbage, green express cabbage. This is a large cabbage. So I really only want like about 4 large cabbages, because all I'm gonna do is try to make some kimchi and then freeze the rest for cooking later. I don't think I could do a lot of fermented probiotic type vegetables, because I do have allergies, and I have to see first how it affects me. Okay, so let's do this large cabbage. And I am sowing more than you would assume, because again, I want to be ensure that I have some successful germination. So I tend to sow more than what I need. And again, gardeners, we share. So if something don't come out right, so if something does show itself as a good seed, a viable seed, then we just share with the rest of our people. Okay, so the last up is the baby cabbage. Now the baby cabbage I can actually sow in my green stalks. I started some of these in the raised beds in the fall, but it got away from me. I wasn't coming out here checking on stuff, so I'm really not a big fall planter. If it's something that'll come up quick, yeah, I'll do it. But if this takes too much babysitting, I'm gonna be over it, because by that time I'm in burnout mode and I want to just kind of chill for the rest of the season before I start up for the spring and summer. Okay, so we got these sowed. We got a few of those sown. Alrighty, so that's it. So I'm going to secure these because I don't want the wind to take them. As you know, we're in Illinois. We are a part of the windy city. So let's do this. So put them in there safe and secure. Now I'm going to add a top layer. I wonder if I got some vermiculite in here. I might do. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Wait, check the greenhouse. I might have some vermiculite in the other greenhouse. Ouch. You know what? I'll just use some straw. You're right. I don't see any vermiculite. In here. So what I will do. All right, there we go. Make sure the greenhouse stay cracked. What I will do is just take some of this seed starting mix and just drizzle it over the seeds because I don't want to bury them because they are small. So I'm doing a lot of surface sowing. And then I'll go over it with a little straw just for insulation. But again, they need the sun, they need the air, and they need the rain. So I'm just going to do this instead with the seed mix. And this is very light. Very, very, very light. Okay. I'm going to close all this stuff up good. Now, I did water this a little bit, but I am going to kind of like to stop the pressure from the pressure of the rain. Instead of pouring it over here, I'm just going to let it drip through my fingers and just moisten it a little bit more to be on the safe side. So all I'm going to do, because I don't want the seeds to shift. If I had a sprayer, I wouldn't have to do this. But of course, I don't have it right now. Then we just found out one of them were cracked, so I'm going to have to get another one. So this is all I'm doing, guys. We're going to make sure these seeds are wet. And we're going to go on about our little business. Okay, that should be enough. And that's rainwater that I've collected from around the yard. We had a lot of rain the other day. And yes, I was out here getting it, y'all. Because we took all the rain barrels down. So let me grab some straw and then we're going to be done. And as a gardener, it's certain things you just need to keep handy. Mulch, potting soil, potting mix, seed start, watering cans. Just have what you need. And so I was upset because I was like, man, I don't have any potting mix. And I had pretty much used all the ones that I had bought, off of clearance. So I was like, man, I got to get some potting mix. So when I saw that Sam's had that big old bag for just $12.88, I didn't expect it to be like the best of quality, of course. But based on what I was trying to do, it was going to be good enough. So yeah, so now I'm just insulating it with the straw. And they're going to get everything they need right here. Let's get the top. This is my top. I don't know where the other clamp at, but we're going to have to find it so it won't blow off. I might have to borrow a clamp from another container. It's probably in the shed, but I'm going to do that right now. But anyway, I was able to do this under an hour during my lunch hour. And this is something that you can do. I'm going to sit it down in one of the garden beds. I'll take a picture of it and post it with the video. And that's it. We are done. So winter sowing is not hard. Just get you some potting mix or some lightweight soil or seed mix and get your cool tolerant veggies or flowers. And there you go. Moisten the soil. Make sure you make labels, because you're going to swear you're going to know what that is. No, you're not. You're not going to know what it is. So anyway, and let it sit outside in somewhere in the sun where it can be exposed to the sun, wind, and rain. And put it somewhere where it won't tip over or fall over, or an animal might knock it over. So I'm going to put this down in the bottom of one of my raised beds where it gets all the things that I just mentioned. But anyway, like I always tell you guys, be blessed, but also be a blessing. Take care. Bye.